Hello everyone, this is Dr. Jyoti Saxena and I welcome you to my channel Biotechnology. Here is another video in the series of biofertilizers. Today we are going to discuss on the liquid biofertilizers which are becoming very popular these days. You know, the world population is increasing day by day and it has reached to 8 billion. So that poses a great challenge to feed everyone. The chemical fertilizers are very good option because they help in increasing the yield, but then they have lots of problems in terms of pollution, in terms of reducing the microbial number in the soil, nutritional imbalances, and they also pose the health hazard. So all these problems are there, and that's why everyone is saying that the use of these chemical fertilizers should be reduced. So if this has to be reduced, then what? So here comes the biofertilizer, and biofertilizers are considered as good substitute. So let's see first what are the biofertilizers. Biofertilizers are a kind of natural fertilizers. They have nothing to do with the chemicals, and they contain the living microorganisms, and these microorganisms belong to cyanobacteria, bacteria or fungi. So they belong to these groups, and they contain one microbial strain, or there may be the consortium of the microbes. Consortium means the mixture of many type of strains. So both are possible. Even one bacterial strain and one fungal strain can also be taken. So consortium is generally preferred one, and they increase the supply and availability of essential nutrients. So that's how they help in the plant growth, because if the all kind of nutrients are there in the rhizosphere region, in the soil, in the field where the plants are growing, then they'll grow and then they will have good health. Mostly solid carrier based biofertilizers are used, and these type of biofertilizers are very popular in the rural areas and also with the small farmers. There are many limitations of solid biofertilizers, and because of those limitations it led towards the use of liquid biofertilizers. So let's see what are the liquid biofertilizers. So as the name indicates, there's a liquid formulation that contains the living beneficial microorganisms. So that means here also the living microorganisms are there, but they are in the liquid formulation. Or you can also say that it's a suspension of useful microorganisms which is in the liquid medium, and that can be delivered directly to the plants. So it's a kind of ready to use formulation. And the examples are Rhizobium, Azospirillum, Azotobacter, Bacillus, Pseudomonas, Trichoderma, and all the phosphate solubilizing microorganisms like Penicillium, Bacillus. So many of them are there. Now let's see the key features of liquid biofertilizers. They contain beneficial microorganisms, and of course that is true for all kinds of biofertilizers. So they have only the beneficial microorganism. They are non-toxic. They lead to the sustainable agriculture. So environmental friendly, that is the key point here, that they are eco-friendly. They have longer shelf life, up to 24 months they can survive, and they have high cell count as compared to the other one, like 10 to the power 9 or more CFU per ml, and they have improved survival rate because of all these things. They have improved survival rate, and they are easy to store because they are liquid concentrates like formulation, so they can be bottled, and then these bottles can be stored very easily, and also they are easy to apply in the field. So this is about the solid and liquid biofertilizer. So here we'll see the difference between the two. So first is the physical state. Of course, the solid biofertilizers are solid in nature and liquid biofertilizers are liquid. So that is very easy. Then the shelf life. Solid biofertilizers are only 12 months survival. So they have shelf life of only 12 months as compared to solid biofertilizers. The liquid biofertilizers can survive up to 24 months. So that is one very important factor about the liquid biofertilizer, why they are becoming very popular. And another important thing is the microbial count. In solid biofertilizer, 10 power 7 or 10 power 8 CFU. CFU is colony forming unit. But here in liquid biofertilizer, it can be up to 10 power 9 to 10 power 10 CFU per ml, because it is liquid. So here we will count it per ml. So this is quite a lot. It is of course better. And contamination. In solid biofertilizer, there is lots of problem of contamination, but in liquid biofertilizer, there is almost no problem of contamination. Then storage. In case of solid biofertilizer, it needs more care, and liquid biofertilizers are comparatively easier to store and also to transport. If you see the efficiency of solid biofertilizers is comparatively low, and in liquid biofertilizer it is more. So this is because of all the above points, because it has more shelf life, it has more microbial count, it has less contamination problem. So because of that, the efficiency is also more. As far as the cost is concerned, of course the solid biofertilizers are cheaper, but here in liquid biofertilizer, the initial cost may be a little more, but then in long run, they are very cost effective. So that is the comparison between solid and liquid biofertilizers. Now let's see the functions. Since in these formulations, the nitrogen fixing bacteria are there, so the nitrogen fixation can take place. So they can fix the nitrogen. Then phosphate solubilization is also possible here, because they have the phosphate solubilizing microorganisms. Potassium mobilization is another important function of these formulations, because you see nitrogen, phosphorus, potassium, these three elements are the most important ones. So all the three type of microorganisms are present here. Then plant growth promotion, of course, when all these microorganisms are present, which can fix nitrogen, which can solubilize phosphate and potassium. So the plant growth promotion is there. And they improve the soil structure also and soil fertility also, because they lots of good substances which are beneficial for the plants, they are secreted by these microorganisms. And all these elements, nitrogen, phosphorus, potassium, they are also present in the soil because of these microorganisms. So the soil fertility is also increased. Okay, so another one is the disease control. Because liquid this liquid formulation has different kind of microorganisms. So there may be certain microorganisms which are antagonistic towards the disease causing microorganisms. And these disease causing pathogens or the microorganisms, they are also present in the rhizosphere. So these microorganisms which are beneficial one and which are the disease control agent, they can kill or they can remove those organisms which are pathogenic to the plant. So that's how they can also do the disease control. So this phenomenon is known as biocontrol. Now let's see the composition. Of course, when we grow the microorganism in the liquid, generally we use the nutrient broth. But in the nutrient broth, they can survive only for the time being, and after that you have to do the subculturing. So here, to make them more effective, we have to put certain additives, and then we can supply it to the farmers. So let's see what is exactly the composition. Of course, 10 to 40% is the microorganism, which are different kind of microorganisms, all beneficial. Then this is a additive. 1 to 3% suspender ingredient or thickener is used. So this is a typical substance, like colloidal clay can be taken, or the polysaccharide gum, or synthetic polymers can be taken. So they are there to make it uniform and make it a stable suspension. So that's why they are used. Then 1 to 5% is dispersant. Dispersants are added to prevent the settling and clumping of the microorganisms. So they are also very important additives. 3 to 8% is surfactant, and surfactants are those substances which can lower the surface tension, and here they are used, they are very essential adjuvants that help the microbes to be more effective. And then the last one is 35 to 60% a carrier liquid. This carrier liquid can be just water, or it can be just oil, or it can be mixture of both. Now let's see how many types of liquid biofertilizers are there. So 4 types are there. First one is suspension concentrate, and here the key term is concentrate. That means it comes in as a concentrate, so you have to dilute it before you use it, and it is very easy to use. That's why farmers always favor this one. The second is ultra low volume suspension. Here the key term is ultra low volume, and because it is not a concentrate, so you don't need to dilute it. It is ready to use formulation, and it is directly sprayed through the machines, and very less, ultra low volume, so very less volume is required for the application. Now here you see oil miscible flowable concentrate. So this is again a concentrate. That means again you have to dilute it before use, and this is oil miscible. So that means this is a liquid formulation which is also having some oil. So fourth one is oil dispersion. So that means here the microorganisms are dispersed in oil. So oil is more sticky as compared to water, and it evaporates less as compared to water. So that's why this oil is considered very good for the application, and it stays there for longer time once you spray it. So these were the types. Now when you have to prepare it at large scale, then what are the steps? So let's see those steps. Selection of a strain and starter culture. So selection of a strain is very tedious and very important also. Here we have to see whether we want just one strain or we want a mixture of many strains. Those should be the beneficial ones, so we have to select those strains, and then we have to cultivate them to make the starter culture, and this is done aseptically, and this starter culture will be used for scaling up. Then the mass production is done. Mass production is kind of a scale up. So mass production is always done in the bioreactor. So for this you need bioreactor, and if you do not know what are the bioreactor, these are the vessels which have all the parameters controlled. For example, aeration, agitation, so everything, duration, everything is controlled, and digitally you can see that. So in the mass production is done here aseptically, and as you already know that the minimum microbial count should be 10 to the power 9 CFU. It should be always more than that. Next step is to formulate the microbial broth to increase its shelf life and effectiveness, and at this stage many stabilizers and many additives are added. We have already discussed about the additives which we add. So this is that step when we use all different kind of stabilizers and additives. Then quality control. So here this is important one. Very strict quality control is needed here. Because these type of formulations are ready to use, so you have to check the purity, you have to check the cell count. So all these things are once checked, then only it can go for the sale. And finally, the packaging is done before sending it for the sale. And since these are the liquids, so the bottling is the right method, which is done by the machines. And the sealing is done. Sealing of the bottle is another important thing, because it is a liquid, so it should not spill. And then the last is they are stored under the cool conditions, and so that the viability is preserved. Viability of the microorganisms is preserved until they are distributed. And then the distribution is done directly to the farmers or to the outlets from where the farmers can buy these formulations. Now next one is how to apply it. So there may be seed treatment. First is the seed treatment. So here, for application of these type of formulations, you need different type of machines. For all kind of applications, you need the machine. So that is one, basic need of the liquid biofertilizer. So seed treating machines are there, and by using these machines, the seeds are coated with the microbial formulations, and then these seeds are sown in the field. So they are already there along with the beneficial microorganisms. Then second is soil application. Here we are using the microbial formulation to the soil. So for that, soil drenching applicators are used and microorganisms are applied to the soil. Then this is foliar spray. Foliar means like you spray on the surface of the leaves. So here you use sprayers or foggers. And last one is the drip irrigation. So here you need the whole drip irrigation system, and generally the small farmers may not have the drip irrigation system. So that's why for the large scale agriculture fields, this is a very good method. And this is also known as biofertigation, because here along with the irrigation system, you mix the liquid formulation, and along with the irrigation, it can also go directly to the plant root. Now there are various challenges also along with this liquid biofertilizer. The first one is need for proper and careful storage, because these are the microorganisms. So whether it is biofertilizer which is solid or it is a biofertilizer which is liquid, in both the cases you need proper and careful storage. And microorganisms may face nutrient or oxygen depletion, and there are many environmental stresses there, so which can cause the microbial population to decrease dramatically. So that is also one challenge in which lots of research is going on these days. And sensitivity to environmental factors like temperature and pH. This sensitivity is at two times, when you are preparing the formulations and also when you are applying it to the field. So what is the temperature at that time when you are applying it in agriculture field? What is the pH of the soil? So that is all very important. So whether the microorganism you are using, that those can survive there or not. These days, many of the microorganisms we are using here in the liquid formulations, they can survive up to 40 degree or 45 degree centigrade also. So those are considered better. Then another thing which I already told you, that special equipments are needed for applying it. So that is something which is very challenging, because small farmers may not have all these machineries, and they have high production cost. So because when you are producing it, when you are scaling up, or the mass production is done, the bioreactors are used. Bioreactors are generally very expensive. So production cost may be high, but I must tell you here that initial cost is of course high, but then they become cost effective when you apply them continuously. So in long run they are very cost effective. So that's why they are becoming very popular these days. So overall these liquid biofertilizers are considered very good option these days, and generally as compared to the solid biofertilizers, farmers are going towards these liquid biofertilizer. They are gradually accepting these liquid biofertilizers, and they can be considered as very promising option. So thank you so much. Here I would like to request you that if you like the video, please subscribe my channel, and if you want any other kind of video on any other specific subject, please write me in the comments so that I can make the video on that particular subject. So thank you so much.